Hi everyone, Rene Bastarache here with the American School of Hypnosis, and welcome to Hypnosis Chat with me, live. And tonight we're going to be speaking about, actually all about self-hypnosis. Yes, we always speak about hypnosis and doing hypnosis sessions and working as a practitioner, but how about for all the people who aren't practitioners? People who want to do it to help themselves. And that's what we're going to be speaking about tonight. And we're going to start out by waiting for people to come on and chatting back and forth and answering your questions. So tonight we're going to talk about self-hypnosis, get you some great ideas. If we have questions, I'd like to answer all your questions about self-hypnosis, hypnosis, and if not, we'll see you all next week. So it could be a very short one unless you come up with questions. So I am going to get everything all set on my screens here while waiting for people to come in just for a few minutes. And I can put that on pause. There we go. And I am getting my chat set up. And those of you that are out there right now, please come on and tell me who you are, where you're from, if you use self-hypnosis, and what kind of things you use it for, so we can get started. And of course, like I said, if you have questions, go ahead and ask those. Oops, gotta bring my screen down a little bit. There we go. So how are we doing here? We've got a few people on. Who's going to be the first to come in and say hello? People are always nervous to be first. So instead of doing self-hypnosis, I'll hypnotize you. I can see in the picture. Ooh. Come on, tell me who you are, where you're from, and let's get started. And let's see, it is 7 p.m. I'm up here in Maine, so I'd like to know, we're going to find out who's the furthest away that's watching tonight. And so the first one that chimes in will be the furthest away. So that means right now, the furthest one away is Raluca, who's approximately 30 feet. Raluca, you were beat. Connie Brown just came in from Las Vegas, Nevada. Connie, you beat 30 feet, okay? Matter of fact, I think I'm going to even need an airplane. The airplane is longer than 30 feet to get there. So we got Connie from Las Vegas. Hey, Connie. And Connie, do you do self-hypnosis? If so, what do you do it for? And anybody else, come on and let me know who you are, where you're from, and do you do self-hypnosis? And we got Jenna from Port Richey, Florida. Florida. Even in the summer, I always think Florida is a great place to go. So, Jenna, do you do self-hypnosis? What for? And also, you could also let me know what methods you use as well. But let me start out by telling you, okay, we speak about hypnosis all the time, but self-hypnosis, so many people write to me on a weekly basis asking me about self-hypnosis. Do we offer self-hypnosis? Yes, we are a hypnosis school. We teach people to be hypnotherapists or hypnotists, but we offer a lot having to do with self-hypnosis for the regular person, or even for the practitioner who wants to help themselves. But did you know that if you don't do self-hypnosis, you are actually doing it by default every day? A lot of people don't realize that. You're hypnotizing, or you're being hypnotized every day by default, and or by others. Think of it. How are you being hypnotized every day or by others? I'm going to answer that in just a second here. Let's see. Connie says, I use self-hypnosis for just about everything in my life. Success, health, you name it. That's great. Yeah, we use it quite for everything over here as well, on a daily basis. That's good. And Jenna says, I do self-hypnosis for calming the mind. I made my own tape. Great. That's a good way. That's one of the methods. Now you got me out of having to talk about that one, making your own tape. Do they still use tapes? I I had tape. I still have an eight track player, but tapes. I don't know if people are really using them anymore. But let's see. If you're not hypnotizing yourself, how are you being hypnotized by others? How about when you hear somebody, you see somebody speaking to someone else, and they're saying something like, "You're stupid," or "Nah, you're wrong. You're always wrong." Okay. All self-hypnosis is giving yourself suggestion, or hypnosis is someone else giving you suggestion. So if you're accepting these comments when somebody's saying, "Oh, you don't know anything, don't you know any better?" You know, all these suggestions are being accepted by you unless you're trying to get rid of them. Or how about how you hypnotize yourself every day? Somebody speaks to you about something, you say, "I just can't do that," or "I'm too old for that. I can't start something new." Your subconscious mind goes, "Make it so." You're right, because your subconscious mind will always do what you focus on. So when you're saying or focusing on, "I'm not good enough. How can I do that?" Or "I can never learn that. I can never learn a different language. I can never learn how to drive a car," or "I can never learn how to play tennis." And your subconscious mind's like, "Okay, you're right." There's a saying Raluca's always telling me, whatever you fight for, you get. What are you always fighting for? When you hear these people saying, "Oh, I'm always sick, I'm always sick, or "I can't be hypnotized," my favorite one. I get this online all the time. "I can't be hypnotized." Anyone can be hypnotized, okay? You're hypnotized every day. So maybe they're thinking formally, but when they're actually fighting that, "I can't be hypnotized. So what do you think about that?" And I go, "You're right." Because you always get what you're fighting for. If you say you can't be hypnotized, you probably can't be because you won't allow it. If you say, "I can't be wealthy, there's no way I'll be wealthy, that's for everyone else," you're right. However, if you say, "I can be wealthy, I am wealthy," you're also right. So the same person can be both ways. So if you're not hypnotizing yourself on a daily basis, you're being hypnotized by default this way by others. So why not take control and hypnotize? I let life guide you by the wind, however you're going to go, being one of the sheeple, okay? When you can create the person that you want to be, the success, the health, you can do it. It's not going to happen unless you take an active role in doing it yourself. So we're going to talk more about this here in a second, but I want to see what else we have for comments here. And I write my own scripts and record them and play them back. I've also done regression, and it has been amazing. Now, tell me, Connie, have you done, when you do regression, are you doing that live, just through focusing on what you want to do, using your imagination, or are you doing self-regression by recording it first? So like a standard, in other words, just following a format. I'd like to hear how you do regression with self-hypnosis. There's a few ways, but let's see. Hi, James from Bulgaria. Good to see you. And while we're waiting to get, what we're talking about is self-hypnosis. For those coming in, let us know who you are, where you are, and if you do self-hypnosis, what you do it for. Bring up some conversation and how you do it. So what is self-hypnosis? Like I mentioned, self-hypnosis is giving yourself suggestions, and there's lots of ways of doing that. One way is just to imagine what you want. That's self-hypnosis, using your imagination, kind of like guided dreaming. So imagine, what do you want? It's good to know what you want first. So if you want to be healthy, then you focus on health. I am healthy. I am healthy. And picture yourself, imagine yourself as this healthy person. Always imagine the end result, okay? I like to tell people, imagine the end result, see yourself having attained it, and then imagine what did you do to get that, to get there. It's a great way to find the steps of being successful. See yourself as successful, and what did you do to get that? Use your imagination. You might find a lot of different ways of getting there. Another way of doing self-hypnosis is just self-talk, okay? So many people say, "I can't do that. I don't know how. Oh, I'm just not this, not that." When you find yourself doing that, use what they call thought stopping. Immediately say, stop. Okay, I mean, when I do it, I actually yell out loud, stop. Okay, it makes other people jump, but it makes me jump too. And it kind of like skips, it kind of breaks you out of that dream. I can't do that. And correct it by saying, I can do that. I can do anything. Oh, I'm not good enough. Stop. I am good enough. Now, this is great to teach to your kids too, and even the clients, but the people that wouldn't be paying clients for us, okay? You want to do regular hypnosis for your clients. But do it for yourself. Help people, teach people how to do proper self-talk and how to do thought stopping. See how I can say words backwards? I practice that. I'm really good at that. I watch too much Star Wars, with Yoda, good it is, or will do that I will. He always puts things backwards. I think I listen too much of that. So, self-talk. Affirmations is another way. What's an affirmation? Basically, you just find something that you want to say and just repeat it over and over and over to yourself. But that's only part of it, okay? When you say your affirmation, focus on it, imagine it. The idea is the imagination, a picture's worth 1,000 words, same as in your mind. The imagination is the fuel that gets things moving. So the thought would be a vehicle, imagination is the fuel, emotion is the supercharge. That's what's going to really get it moving, okay? So if you could be emotional about your success and emotional, positive emotion, okay, about your health, it's going to get there a lot faster. So see, we're going great already, aren't we? Yes, positive. Let me see, what else we got? Questions here. I teach that to my clients when they start having negative thoughts, Jenna says. That's great. Really important, because negative thoughts breed negative thoughts. You always get what you focus on. And if they don't change that, it gets worse and worse, and it's like a spiral, How many people, you probably heard the saying of talking themselves into trouble or talking themselves into sickness, You can also talk yourself into health. Isn't that great? Okay, what else we got? So we have self-taught, we have affirmations, we have, which I believe Jenna and Connie just mentioned a little while ago, reading something onto a CD or onto your computer or onto a tape or onto a digital recorder and playing it back. Matter of fact, just recently I did several quick self-hypnosis sessions. Matter of fact, 2 of them you'll find in my online videos. They're free. But I did several of them, and when I recorded them on my phone initially, now I can go places and just anywhere I am, just hit the recording on my phone, close my eyes, and go through my self-hypnosis. And you don't have to go through the whole long process of the induction and the depth test and the deepener. What I do is I just tell myself, close your eyes, relax, imagine this, and I start right into it. Because a lot of times for me, because I've done hypnosis so much to myself, that by the time I get half through an induction or a deepener, I'm asleep, okay? I just can't, I put myself to sleep. I bore myself right there, You are getting, and I'm gone, okay? So it's better for me to close my eyes and imagine yourself as a successful you. What do you look like? What do you feel like? What are you seeing? How did you get there? See what I mean? Take the time to imagine it. The more you imagine it, the more detail, the stronger it's going to be. So make yourself a script, record it onto your phone or whatever. Sit down, close your eyes, sit down someplace comfortable, not driving a car or operating heavy machinery, there's my disclaimer, and listen to it. If you don't want to wake up, if it's one you want to do while you're sleeping, then at the end of it, just don't say, on the count of 3, you'll open your eyes. Just say, now go to sleep, continue to relax, depending on when you're going to do it. Let's see, what do we have here? Is it possible to pair self-hypnosis with anchoring? And how could I do that? And why would you want to do that? I think we try to get too many of these terms and these real, fancy things in. Just do self-hypnosis. You don't really have to anchor anything. If you want something to happen, imagine it happening. But is it possible? Anything's possible. Anything you could do with hypnosis, you can do with self-hypnosis. Why? Because all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. You've heard that before, right? Do you realize every time you hypnotize someone, you are hypnotizing yourself as well? Because those suggestions are going out there and you're accepting them. That'll help you. One of the best things I did when I quit smoking like 25 years ago, 25, 30 years ago, was it was at the same time I was hypnotizing other people and I was specializing in smoking. I quit and I was hypnotizing all these other people and it was giving me suggestions, and I haven't smoked in over 25 years. Okay, that's why I have such a wonderful, youthful complexion. There we go. Now you know my secret. So, so when you're giving suggestions to others, you're giving them to yourself. So be careful what suggestions you're saying. You know, it's going to be hard to do a session from now on going, la 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 la, you are healthy, la la la, you know, because you're hearing what you're saying. Okay, your subconscious mind picks it up. Now, as I said at the beginning, I'm still waiting to see questions here if you have any. As a school, we teach how to hypnotize, but we also have a lot of products for self-hypnosis that I think a lot of people don't realize, because I can't tell you how many times in the course of a week, do you have a session for this? Can you tell me how to do this? Can you tell me how to do that? I can tell you, but guess what? We have those products available. And let me tell you where to find a few of them. Here's one. We're going to be talking a lot about the AIA benefits, our continuing education benefits, which we're really going to be expanding on in the near future. So now is the time to get in on the ground floor while it's $20 a month. Do you realize that we have complete MP3 self-hypnosis sessions, actually the complete hypnosis sessions, but listen them to yourself, that makes them self-hypnosis, on over 80 titles in the AIA benefits. And where do you find that? AIAhypnosis.com, okay? And it's only $20 a month, but we have we have those there. We also have on our online store, we have all kinds of MP3 audio sessions. And yes, James, you're a member. I think quite a few of you remember now, but a lot of people are going to be seeing this who aren't, and they're the ones that have been asking me that. On our online store, we have, like I said, a whole section just on sessions, as well as scripts. If you want to read the scripts onto, your own. I can't even think. I'm trying not to say cassette player, audio player, or video player, or whatever, and make your own sessions. We have complete hypnosis session books where they're a lot cheaper. It gets, by buying a manual, you're getting them for a few cents a piece. But also, we have a book called How to Attract the Life You Want. That's all about self-hypnosis. Excellent book. I wrote that a few years ago, and it's on our online store. And the biggie, here we come. Here's a drum roll. Thank you, fingers. The drum roll is we have a book both on Amazon. Actually, both of these are on Amazon and our online store, so you can get it downloadable right tonight, called the Hypnosis Self-Help Manual. So it's just like our hypnosis manual. I mean, it's a huge, thick manual, but everything about self-hypnosis, how to do self-hypnosis in these methods and a lot of other ways. If you're religious, it shows you how to condition yourself with prayer, with just regular methods, there's so many different ways of doing self-hypnosis. I mean, and you're going to find scripts and all kinds of really fun things there, things that you can help yourself with and your family. So keep in mind, we have all those things on the store, but also most importantly to keep in mind is what I said at the beginning. If you're not careful, okay, you're conditioning yourself or you're being hypnotized by default every day. Every suggestion you're taking in, signs you're seeing on the news and the radio, the television, people at work, people everywhere you go, okay, you're always getting these, suggestions coming in. So why not take control of your own conditioning by doing self-hypnosis? Okay, and let's see. Good question, James. Do you have to be certified by the ASH to get AIA benefits? Well, if you are certified by the ASH, our graduates actually get a I guess you could say, an introductory offer. It's kind of like a beginner version for 1 year, but the full version is $20 a month, but it's not just for the AIA, it's for everyone. Basically, we want to help to, I guess you could say, raise the bar of hypnosis out there, hypnotists. So it's continuing education, which is what it is for everyone, showing them how to become successful in their business and how to expand their business, how to continue learning. Matter of fact, I think the benefits include close to, we have like 7 or 8 home study courses on different topics, and I think 5 of them are actually certification courses. Each month you get different lessons. We have a whole hypnosis library. It's like 9 books, hypnosis books and script manuals. Plus we have monthly scripts coming in. We have some royalty-free scripts. I mean, there's so many things there. We have a complete 5-part library on getting leads and advertising. So like I say, go to the page and see everything we have to offer. And very shortly, we're going to be doing live continuing education as well, where we're going to ask basically you folks, members, the ones that are members, and those coming in, what kind of things would you like to see for continuing education? And we're going to continue to learn and teach those things as we go on. So make a long story short, no, you don't have to be a member. Anyone can join, AIAhypnosis.com. Let's see, Connie says, nice. Yes, it is nice, Connie. Thanks. And Jenna, I'm already a member. Great. So you're going to be seeing all the new things coming up. We've been working on it, trying to figure out exactly which way to go with it. So that's pretty much what I had for you today. Is to tell you how to do self-hypnosis, what it is, and to let you know, take control of your life and do it to you rather than letting other people do it. And here's another example. You ever gone around the corner looking for, let's say at a grocery store, looking for a good parking place? Now, you see a good parking place right there in front of you. What happens if you don't take that parking space? Okay, you make no decision. You just, what's going to happen? Someone else is going to take it. You lose it by default. So in life, by not doing anything doesn't make you get ahead. Actually, life goes on without it. Something's going to happen. So if you don't program yourself, others will program you. I mean, your family has, and your friends and your environment most of your life until you get out of school, okay? That's why most of your, your mental capacity, most of the things that your habits, your life is pretty much determined by the time you're age 12, okay? The majority of your programming has been done by your environment. But those bad habits can be changed to good habits. Those bad thoughts can be changed to good ones with hypnosis. So initially, your first 10, 12 years, you're learning by default, by absorbing, by repetition. And then when you get to be a young adult, guess what? The way you learn is through hypnosis or through repetition, which is pretty much the same thing. So thanks for coming, Connie. And yeah, I'm going to be leaving soon. Unless we have some questions, I'm going to be leaving as well. And we will be coming on next week, next Monday night. And if there's something you'd like to see us speak about in our live chats or questions you have, let us know. I'd like to talk about this topic, or I'd like to have you answer this question, because we're always trying to find out what most of you would like to chat on, learn about. And that's why today we decided to do it on self-hypnosis, because we're getting so much questions about self-hypnosis. People don't realize that a hypnosis school would also teach self-hypnosis, which we do. So if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to stall for about a minute or two, because there's like a minute lag between me talking and you seeing. And if we haven't got any more questions, we're going to go ahead and move on. Thanks, Jenna. She goes, I love the live chats. Great, great. And we love having them. It's kind of neat to see the immediate response, because when I'm just doing recording on a, on my video recorder without anybody watching, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm answering what people, want to know. So this way, it really, works out well. James says, hope you're feeling better after your stay in the hospital. I was broken. Now I'm fixed. I got to watch out how I say that now. But yeah, I'm all better. Thanks. I appreciate it. Right back on top. It was just a slight delay. And with that, I guess that's pretty much it. So I want to thank you all for coming, and y'all have a great week. And if you know anyone that can benefit by this chat tonight, anyone that might be getting hypnotized a little bit too much from others and that should take control, this is a great way to let them know this message. You don't have to tell them because nobody wants to be told anything, but say, hey, watch this crazy guy's video, and they'll learn that way. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe and click on that little bell. That bell's going to let you know when I come on, because I know sometimes I come on and boom, I'm there, and people say, why didn't you tell me? So that bell lets you know in your email, hey, Rene's coming on with a live thing, or you just put up a video. And with that, you all have a great night. Bye-bye now.